Thank you very much. This is the part of the evening that for someone as crazy as me to agree to do this is probably the area where I get the most out of it. You get to meet these unbelievable people who achieve unbelievable things. So it's a real honor for me, and I mean every word, to introduce to you the keynote speaker for tonight. Andrew comes to us this evening as a member of the Clean Air Champions, initiatives HSBC strongly supports, connecting environment with high-achieving world-class and national team athletes. Andrew is a championship swimmer, achieving world championships in 1998 and 2002, along with a gold medal at the 2000 Paralympics Games. Tonight, absolutely. I never made it more than the C team, you know. Tonight, he will share with us how he overcame adversity and determined how he would set and achieve his goals one stroke at a time, and how you can use these tools in our own lives. He currently works with another organization HSBC is proud to support, the Toronto Blue Jays, and we're excited to bring to the podium right now Mr. Andrew Haley.
Thanks a lot. Thanks. Hello. Everybody can hear me okay? It's great to be here in front of everybody. Thank you for inviting me here. Obviously, I am part of the Clean Air Champions program, and your evening here tonight is about finding like-minded causes, and everybody's, I guess, different, but in that differences and in the changes that we have, we can really see that we can move forward with our differences. And for me, I was 6 years old, and I was living in North Sydney, Nova Scotia. Anybody from the East Coast here? Maybe originally have family? And I was playing around with my twin brother, Brett, and we were playing in the house, and I fell. And the doctors, and my parents took me to the hospital, and the doctors noticed that something was not right in my leg. They rushed me to the IWK Children's Hospital in Halifax, and after that point, they did some more tests. The doctors noticed that I had, for any people that know stuff about medicine, osteogenic sarcoma. It was in my leg. It's the same disease that Terry Fox had. That was in 1980. The doctors gave myself and my family a 35% chance to live. During some chemotherapy treatments, I was able to sort of beat those odds. In 1982, which is about a year and a half after my initial diagnosis, I had 2 treatments left. On January the 16th, 1982, I thought I had 2 treatments left. I went into the doctor's office to basically get the good news that I was in the clear. Instead of getting the good news that I was in the clear, the doctors told my family that I had now had lung cancer, and I had a 35% chance to beat that as well. So I went to one cancer, beat that, had another cancer, beat that, and obviously went through chemotherapy. After I got off to the hospital, I went home and started my life with my artificial leg. Now, later on when I get into telling you a little bit about the swimming, the flag is on there for 2 reasons. 1, I'm a proud Canadian, and 2, I just like the flag, and when I'm at the competitions, I want people to know that I'm a Canadian. So, and when I go to schools, incidentally, when I'm talking to schools and I show them my leg, and they say it's elementary, and I say, I would recommend you not getting a tattoo because I got one on my leg and it really hurt. The teachers are laughing, as you are right now, and the students have no clue. So my family, my friends, my parents' friends, teachers, the doctors were great for me. Your evening is about celebrating the diversity that we each have inside of us. And for me, having my life basically completely turned upside down, it was the same time frame as Terry Fox, when Terry Fox lost his life in the Marathon of Hope And for me, my life was turned upside down. And I had a lot of people supporting me, and a lot of people that tried to get me through this. We went to Florida one year, and I wore sweatpants the whole time because I didn't want people to see my legs, because I felt at some point that I was less of a hole, if you will. There was asked a question of my mother back then during those years, and the question during an interview after the fact, and Dawn, the interviewer, said to my mom, "Linda, what's the one thing that sticks out in your mind that you'll never forget?" And my mother thought about it for a moment and answered the question. And she said, "It was while Andrew was being wheeled into the operating room. He very bravely looked down at his little feet and said, 'Goodbye, toes.'" Don gets off the phone and says, "Goodbye, toes, goodbye, toes." I couldn't possibly comprehend what was going on at that particular moment between mother and son. And I mention that not as a downer, but as a prelude to this. And I'm very firm in this. And if I say anything in this speech, I think what I'm about to say is probably the most important thing. It's not what happens to us, it's what we do about it that makes all the difference. And for me, I decided to do something about it. And I wanted to be a world-class swimmer. In 1992, I got to Barcelona, Spain. How many people here watched the Paralympics or the Olympic Games recently from London? Amazing. For me, 1992 was my London Games, if you will. I got to the competition, and I was ranked 10th in the world in the 400-meter freestyle. My best time going into the race was 4 minutes and 58 seconds. That's slow now. Might sound fast to you, but that's slow now. In heats, I was racing next to the world record holder, 2 lanes over. I went from 4 minutes and 58 seconds to swim a heats time of 4 minutes and 46 seconds, breaking 12 seconds off my best time. At finals that night, I had lane 5. I had ranked 2nd going into finals, and I had beaten my position at least by 2 places if I finished last in finals. As I got to my block in the Spanish air, up at the top of the mountain, Mount Juic in Barcelona, Spain, lane 5 was mine. Lane 5 was also Mark Tewksbury's lane when he when he set the gold medal at the 100-meter backstroke at the 1992 Olympics. For me, it was special water. I dove in the pool, 100-meter mark, I was 5th. 8-lap race. 200-meter mark, I was 4th. 300-meter mark, I was 4th. Iceland, Norway, Germany, me, Canada, 4th. As I got to the 300-meter mark, I told myself, let's go. Let's get at this. And at the 400-meter mark at the finish, Iceland first, 4:41. Norway second, 4:42. And Canada third, me, 4:43, and broke 15 seconds off my best time. Now let's bring it back to this whole evening. Because when I got home, I learned a lot. Not only had I had a medal from the Paralympics, which was amazing. Obviously, I've got a few more since then. You're going to see. There's the World Championship. We'll get into that in a moment. But I was able to learn. I was able to look at other people with disabilities. I was able to look at other people and see the ability inside of them. And the different groups we have here tonight, and trying to celebrate those different groups, I was able to, almost for the first time in my life, realize that I was not alone in the world as an athlete or as a person with a disability. 2 years down the road, I got to go to the 1994 Commonwealth Games, an amazing experience in Victoria, British Columbia, to swim at the Commonwealth Games. Those games were the first time the able-bodied team allowed disabled athletes, because the disabled 100-meter freestyle was part of the program. As I got ready for my race against the Australian, I was ranked first in the Commonwealth. Somebody came over to me and said, you know, so on and so forth. And I said, really? And they said, yeah, we have amazing news for you. What's that? If you win the race, you will get interviewed by Ron McLean. Is that all it takes? So I dove in the pool, and I won the race in front of 7,000 people in Victoria, in front of a country that was basically seeing disabled sport for the very first time. And I was able to go back to my home province of Nova Scotia, sort of a mini celebrity, if you will. It lasted about 2 days. It was nice. get anything for free, but they knew me on the bus. And I was able to do that. Now, I would ask a question. Have you ever wanted to accomplish something so bad that you would do whatever it takes to accomplish that goal? And think about that. Because I'm sure there's people in here, you've liked triathlons, or you're a runner, biker, or, pick the something. And obviously for me, it's a resounding yes. 1990 was my aha moment, as I call it, because it was at 1990 World Championships in Aston, Holland, and it wasn't important for the competition. I placed 10th, and I got disqualified in a few races. It was important for what I told myself on the plane ride on the way home. And that was one day, Andrew, you're going to be world champion. You're going to do whatever it takes in order to accomplish the goal of being a world champion. And it kept me grounded, and it kept me focused, and it kept me realize that that's what I wanted to do. Some people dream of success, while others wake up and work at it. And I was one of those people who woke up and worked at it, because I firmly believe if I wasn't getting up the next day to train, one of my competitors around the world in this ultra-competitive field that I was in would be in the pool doing the job that needed to be done. So I got up and did that. The alarm would go off in the morning. I'd be like, bang, alarm goes off. Go out to the kitchen and get the blender out with the greens and the yogurt and the protein and the juice and mix that all together. Maybe have some cereal or whatnot. And go to the pool and get in the pool and get in the water and train. And then you would train maybe 9 times a week, 5,000 to 6,000 meters, sometimes higher than that, sometimes in a light workout lower than that. And I know you're probably saying, that's a lot. And it is a lot. And it's like 200 laps of a 25-meter pool. Morning in, morning out, afternoon in, afternoon out. And I had a good support network. I had a team. Who knows what team is? Who knows what team stands for? Who knows the acronym TEAM? Together, everyone achieves more. It's not just a word. And it's together, everyone achieves more, as we all are here tonight trying to achieve more, and as we were way back when I was trying to achieve more in my athletic career. So after the training and after getting out of the water and stuff like that, and going back and trying to accomplish those things. A few years later, I got to 1994 as well, and that was, again, World Championships, and they were in Malta. And Malta was a great setting because I got 3 bronze medals. I didn't win the gold medals that I wanted, but something exciting happened along the way. And that something exciting that happened along the way was the fact that they asked me to swim the 100-meter butterfly in the relay. And if I had swam the 100-meter butterfly in the regular race, I would have won the bronze medal. And at that particular point, I became a butterflyer, and it changed my life. And I saw it, and I took advantage of it, and I went after it. So I came back, 1996, 2 bronze medals. That's in Athens. 1996, 2 bronze medals. One was in the 100 fly. Led it into 1998. In 1998, I got to the World Championships in Christchurch, New Zealand. And in the first race that we swam was a 200 individual medley. Fly, backstroke, breaststroke, freestyle. And guess what? I broke the world record in the morning in the heats. And I was the fastest at that time. Oh, it sounds good. It sounds good because I broke the world record. And in finals, I did it again. Unfortunately, the guy from Great Britain, James Chris, went faster than I did and broke the world record better than I did. And I had to settle for silver. Didn't get that one, but I was second. Who else can say they were second in the world, right? 2 days later, October 14th, I hadn't realized until I actually saw the back of the medal. It's up there. But that's here. 2 days later, getting ready for the race. So you're behind the block, 100-meter butterfly final, because I was first going to finals, and you get your goggles on. Staticky, and they get your cap on. And they give you these funny caps with your name on it. I normally say don't take any photos because I look like a complete dork right now. But that's okay. So we got in the water, and we're ready to go. And as I march up to my block, and I get ready, and I dive in the water for the final. And at the 50-meter mark, I see the clock in front of me, and I was first. And I knew that I was going to be close to being where I needed to be at the end. And as I touched the wall, the clock read, Andrew Haley, lane 4, Canada, and that little 1 beside it. And I'd won the gold medal. And the first thing I said to myself was, after 8 years of trying, shoveling the snow off the car, trying to put up with not going to dances, not doing all those things, because anytime I was faced with a choice about doing something, it was not what I wanted at that moment, it's what I wanted this moment. So I gave up a lot of things, and I sacrificed. Or sometimes as an athlete, we don't really sacrifice what we're doing. We invest our time in what we're doing, because if you love it, it shouldn't be a sacrifice. And I was able to get engraved on the word on the back of the medal finally, and I was able to take it home. 2 years down the road, we got to Sydney, Australia. And Sydney, Australia is amazing. And if you've ever been to Australia, you know it's amazing. And we were getting into the competition, and I was ranked first in the 100-meter butterfly because I won gold medal there. I had to settle for a bronze. Incidentally, did you hear this joke about the Newfoundlander who won a gold medal at the Olympics? I'm from Nova Scotia, I can say this. Anybody from Newfoundland? He went home and got it bronzed? You ever hear that one? Okay. Anyways. That's a running joke back home. So we got to the race. We were 1 gold medal down from Spain for most gold medals in the pool. And they say, whoever wins the most gold medals wins the whole competition. We had 24 athletes on our team. Spain had 48 athletes on their team. Our guys jumped in the water. Adam started out first from London, Ontario, Adam Purdy. We were 7th after the 100-meter mark. Philippe Gagnon from Le Chicoutimi, Quebec, then swam breaststroke, brought us up to 5th. I was doing butterfly, and I brought our team from 5th place to 2nd place. And Benoit Huot, who was also the closing ceremony's flag bearer for the London Paralympic Games team, and a medalist in his own right, very good swimmer, was able to pass the Australian next to us, and when he touched the wall, we went from a time of 4 minutes and 38 seconds to 4 minutes and 32 seconds. Not just to break our best time, we broke the world record, and that was an amazing feeling. So we were tied. And of course, the girls did the same thing, and we beat Spain by 1 gold medal, and we had won the whole pool of the Paralympics. It's got extremely fast. Watching the Paralympics this past August, September, it's got it very, very fast. And those times are amazing times, and I cherish every moment that I have with them. So in closing, I want to leave you with this. In our life, we have 2 choices to make. We can give up and we can go home. And we can do that. And sometimes there's no shame in that. That's not how I operate, but sometimes there's no shame in that. Or we can fight, and we can fight with everything we have. And if you fight, sometimes you get a little more momentum, a little more pride, a little more focus by pushing through. Martin Luther King once said, "Not everybody can be famous, but everybody could be great." So I challenge each and every one of you to be great. You don't have to conquer the world. You just have to conquer your world. And if you can conquer your world and bring it down and set goals and write it up and really focus on it and decide why you're doing it, you can accomplish anything you want in life. I had to follow the guy doing the thing, whatever, and I'm like, how am I going to do that? You can imagine, he probably gets up in the morning and does his thing and trains and whatnot, and it looks amazing. And I get up in the morning and train, and when I race, some people say it's amazing. So that's what I want to leave you with. And it's been great to be here. I've looked at some of the things out there. Incidentally, one last comment. In 2007 was my last competitive race, talking about diversity. It was in Rio de Janeiro, in Brazil. And my last uncompetitive race, but it was still competitive, was in 1998. It was at an invitational in Rio. December 13th, 2008. I got to the pool. I won the silver medal against some competitors from Argentina, Brazil, a couple of Canadians and whatnot. After that was over, that race, I went back to my hotel room downtown on Copacabana Beach. I changed into a suit, well, sort of a tuxedo, and then I went and got married that night in Rio. I met my wife at 2007 Parapan Games, and the Parapan Games are coming to Toronto in a few years. So life does go full circle at times, and I think we have to embrace that. So going back to what I said, is there ever something you want to accomplish that you'll do anything to accomplish that goal? And for me, yes. And then revisit one other thing. It's not what happens in life, it's what you do about it that makes all the difference. So go out and make a difference, and I thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Andrew.
Well
Is that
okay?
That's fabulous. If you just want to review that. So Andrew, I don't find any words right now in whatever languages. Thank you very much, Andrew. I think you've been inspiring. So on behalf of HSBC, I'd like to thank you very much for taking time of your busy schedule to come and inspire us like this. That's beautiful. Thank you very much. Andrew Haley, just before you go. And now that you've inspired us, you're going to make one of us very happy because we have a little prize draw to do. So if you don't mind picking a ticket, because some people were showing me their tickets earlier. Now people think I'm cheating. So I get someone else involved.
You got to be here to win? Okay. Want me to read it?
Please go ahead. Your
Okay.
microphone works better than mine.
Am I still on? Okay. Everybody ready? Okay. Hands up if you're not ready. What do they win? I don't know. Okay. You ready? 766? Is everybody 766?
Yeah, exactly.
You're all winners so far. Yeah. 3? 5? Who's left? 0. Watch this, watch this, watch this. That person's not here right now, so we're going to redraw. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, okay. Sure. Which chair?